I finally decided to make a video after spending almost 4 hours at the warehouse, trying to make sure that things actually returns back to normality. It was a busy weekend for me, and I felt like this was the best time for me to actually go ahead and do some cleanup at the warehouse. Things were already messed up. If you saw my last video, you would have seen that, look, I had a pretty much busy time in the last few weeks, and good thing is that, yes, everything is back to normal, and I felt like the best place to actually start is to actually, first of all, make sure that everything is cleaned up. So I went ahead, threw away a lot of old cartons, threw away a lot of old bubble wraps, and just made sure that everything was actually cleaned. My cleaning rag, I made sure that I cleaned them. And then I actually perfected my processes again. Sometimes I want to make videos while I kind of walk. If you have seen my previous videos, you would have seen that I tend to make videos while I walk. And one way to actually make this very seamless is to make sure that, look, your camera, your lighting, your microphone, everything is already like set in their right places, so that as soon as I start to walk, it doesn't necessarily have to be an eBay business. If you sell on Whatnot, if you sell on Vinted or on Amazon, it's pretty much the same thing. On this channel, I just strive as much as possible to document my challenges, document my wins, document the things that I do on a daily basis. I run a real business, and sometimes we have pressures, either pressures from having to ship out items, pressures from customer requests, items not working, cleaning up items, cleaning up the warehouse, and all sorts of pressures. Of course, it's not all about pressures. We also have a lot of wins. In fact, in the last 2 weeks, we sold a lot. This year in general has been one successful year for me. I did look back, and I also made a video just expressing my appreciation that, look, everything has pretty much been very, very good. So before leaving the warehouse, I felt like I should just go ahead and make a short video for somebody out there, because truth be said, reselling could be very, very, lonely. And sometimes the only thing that you need is just somebody to give you that word of encouragement that, look, everything is going to be all right. If you do not give up, if you keep pushing, you are definitely going to hit your target. It could be very lonely. Sometimes you might not have found these groups on Facebook, on Instagram, groups that can help you to stay focused while you grind. But then this is why this video is coming out, because I pretty much know that there's definitely going to be somebody somewhere in the world that just needs these words of encouragement. And sometimes when we do make these videos, we do not particularly have somebody in mind, but the idea I have is that, look, for you out there, you are grinding day and night. See, right now, it's about 7:15 p.m. in the evening. I'm still in the warehouse. It might also be that you have been grinding day and night. You have been grinding for weeks. You have been grinding for months. And you are just thinking, I really do want to figure out this thing. I want to make sure that I set up a business that works. I want to be a successful reseller. These are the kind of thoughts in your mind. And sometimes when the grind is actually getting too much, you just feel like giving up. In fact, before I made this video, I didn't really want to make it. But then I said, you know what? Because I do know that, look, there's definitely going to be somebody that would need this push, that would need this motivation. There's going to be somebody that will take this video and then launch out with renewed vigor. I said to myself, even though I'm very, very tired right now, I still have to make this video. All right? See, the grind is real. Reselling is not easy. As I normally say on this channel, is not a bed of roses. Sometimes it's going to be difficult, especially if you are just starting out. Things might be a little bit messed up. You do not know where to buy good inventories. You buy good inventories, you bring them to your warehouse, only for you to see that, look, the items that you thought were good, they are not selling. You have problems from right, left, and center. Sometimes it could even be that you have a full-time job, and yes, you're trying to juggle reselling on the side while keeping a full-time job or while keeping a part-time job. Everything is so stressful. Things are not moving the way you want it to go. Believe me, guys, when I tell you, do not give up. Keep pushing. You are definitely going to figure it out. When I started reselling some years ago now, it was exactly the same thing. And sometimes you just need somebody to tell you that, look, this journey is exactly the way it is. Do not sit there and begin to look at the people on YouTube and think that, oh, they have figured it out. There's definitely something that you are not doing that you should be doing. See, this is how the game goes. You have to put in a lot of work, try to figure out this thing. You will be burned so many times. You will make a lot of mistakes. You will learn a lot while doing this thing. There is no one book, there is no one course, there is no one-to-one session that's going to substitute for the thing that you actually learn yourself. You're going to be making a lot of mistakes. A lot of things are going to go wrong, but understand that, look, this is exactly how you learn. And this learning curve might be very, very slow. Sometimes you take a look at yourself, you feel like you are not doing anything. You feel like you're not moving. You feel like you are not even learning anything. My friends, I want to tell you, hang in there, because the work is currently working on you. It might take quite a long time for you to begin to see results, but as soon as the work is done working on you, from nowhere, you're going to wake up one day, just like I also did, and realize that things have just become ordinarily simple. You know, things have just become so easy. It's now so easy for you to just call up 1 or 2, 3 people and get good inventories, and you do not even have to go so far to get inventories. Inventories just come to you, and things have just become so easy. You've just become so acquainted with the platform, say eBay, that you can easily list items. You understand the items that sell. You've gathered a lot of data that just gives you a feeling when an item is not going to sell, and you have this feeling when a customer is going to be a difficult customer. You know, things just get considerably easy to the point that you begin to wonder and ask yourself, how is it that things were so hard some few years ago? This is what happens if you do not give up, if you stay consistent, if you do the work, even when you do not feel like doing it. If you just tell yourself, look, this thing, I am committed to succeeding. I do not want to look back. I have already started the machine. I don't want to put it off. It doesn't matter how hard it's going to be. Yes, it's going to tell on you. It's going to tell on your health. It's going to tell on your relationships. It's going to tell on your social activities. Yes, this is the price that you have to pay. Any reseller out there that has made it, making it in this case is highly relative, but any reseller out there that has hit the target, that has hit his or her goals, understand that they also passed through this same road, and every one of them had to pay the ultimate price. The ultimate price could be a lot of things for different people. For some people, the ultimate price might be that it will have an effect on your relationships. For some people, the ultimate price will be that it will have a very serious effect on your social life. It might also be that this whole journey will have a very major effect on your career. But then, depending on what your goal is, then you can actually decide what kind of price you have to pay on this reselling journey. But understand that, look, there's a lot of price to be paid. There's a lot of work, upfront work to be done. But if you do not give up, ultimately, if the goal that you've set for yourself is very, very important for you, and if it is a worthy goal, you want to achieve it at all costs, you are ultimately going to achieve your goal. And I felt like making this video because, yes, sometimes encouraging videos like this are pretty much very hard to find these days on YouTube. We are in an era where people just want to make, videos that will be easily monetized and just, bring a lot of monetary benefits. People have forgotten the original intention of YouTube, which is a place to connect with people, a place to actually find somebody that's going to give you words of encouragement that you might not get from your parents, words of encouragement that you might not get from your friends, from your classmates, from your colleagues at work, from your neighbors. This might just be the video that will give you the very gas to continue to push forward. So if you are right now still in the grinding phase of your business, understand that this is just a phase. It's definitely going to come to pass. Do not throw in the towel. Continue to push on, and ultimately you are going to achieve your goals. I want to wish you guys a beautiful weekend ahead. I want to wish you a lot of sales. If you have not listed items on the platform, do not forget, continue to list items. eBay is going to do its job and bring sales to your listings. Until I see you again in the next video. Peace.